Good morning, everyone. I think we're going to get started. It is 10:03. Is that correct, Stephanie?
That is correct. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you for joining us this morning on a Friday morning. Um, we are looking forward to the Center of Workforce Innovation for Construction giving us an update on their progress for year two. We accomplished so much in year one. The colleges, with all of its education partners, collaborated to enhance and create new pathways for traditional students, adult learners, um, and everyone in between, including incumbent workers. This year, we have 45 pathway projects across 8 centers of workforce innovation. And we're just delighted to hear what everyone is working on. Certainly, the Center of Construction picked up from last year with all of its partners, added a few partners, which is very exciting. While we have overall about 1,200 industry and education partners, we're adding to those numbers every day. And we're just very appreciative for everyone joining in this education and industry ecosystem to align education to build an innovative workforce. Next slide. So here is our agenda. We will have questions and answers after the presentations of the pathway projects and the updates. And then we're going to talk about some exciting upcoming events for the Pathways Initiative. We are very thankful for the governor for funding this initiative again in his proposed budget for FY 2025. We appreciate that he sees the value in us bringing together education partners from high school to community colleges, four-year colleges and universities, the workforce development system, private career schools, community-based training providers, as well as industry. It is so important, and I think our success is because we have the voice of industry leading us. These are all the education partners participating in the Center of Workforce Innovation for Construction. And certainly never before have these very different education sector partners come together for a statewide initiative like this. We're very thankful for everyone's participation. And now I would like to introduce the lead. Very good. So the lead institution for this Center of Workforce Innovation for Construction is Hudson County Community College, and Burl Yearwood is the representative holding all of this together. Thank you, Burl. I'll turn it over to you now.
Well, thank you very much, Catherine. So I am Burl Yearwood. I am the Dean of Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, or STEM, at Hudson County Community College. And we are the lead institution for the Center of Workforce Innovation for Construction. So on behalf of the center, on behalf of our college and our educational partners, we welcome you and we thank you for showing up to this meeting, especially on a Friday. And so what we will do is we will give you an update of where we are, some of the issues that these projects, some of the issues that we see, the challenges, plus where we're moving forward as we look at each of these initiatives. So, thank you, Stephanie. So our first initiative that we're going to look at is dual enrollment certificate in construction. So we are aware that as are all of you, that the construction industry has a problem. One problem is the workforce. Construction tends to be an aging workforce. There are many people retiring, but not coming into the workforce, especially skilled. And so we're looking to address that with our dual enrollment certificate in construction. And so the idea behind this initiative is that we will develop a certificate program for students who are in high school. So we know that there are high school students who have an interest in construction. However, either they're not sure how to get into the construction industry, or they're not sure what is the construction industry. They're not sure what courses to take. They would like to obtain a degree. And so this initiative is meant to address that need. So the dual enrollment implies that students, while in high school, are also taking college courses. They're receiving college credit. And ideally, when they graduate high school, they will also graduate with a college degree. And so we have been working with um, 3 high schools in the Hudson County area, Dickinson High School, Hudson County Schools of Technology, and Kearney High School. We've been working with these high schools to first identify students who meet the criteria for the program. Students who are interested, have shown an interest in construction, and students who would like to go into the construction industry. So not only will students earn college credits, but through this dual enrollment program, students will also gain practical skills that they can transition into the construction industry. Slide, Stephanie. So in working with all 3 high schools, we've recognized some challenges. And so for this particular initiative, our approach has been to work with Kearney High School in particular, so working with one high school to look at developing a course rather than the full certificate program. We're looking at how can we develop a course that bridges the high school and college curriculum. And so we've been working with the high school faculty to develop a course that's based on a college course, which is our introduction to engineering sciences and calculation course. And so our faculty are working with their faculty to develop this course that will be taught by the high school instructors, and that will be offered to the high school students. But if the students do transfer to the college, they will receive credit for this course. And so that it's a course that they won't have to repeat. Slide, please, Stephanie. So some of the challenges that we have seen in developing this dual enrollment certificate. One has been sort of a lack of overlap between high school and community college courses. So the high school courses have a certain focus at a certain level, and the community college courses have a certain focus at a different level. And so getting these two together to a point where the high school students aren't overwhelmed, however, they are at a point where they're taking a college class, has been a challenge. Another challenge, especially in the construction curriculum, is the need for specialized faculty. So if we're developing courses And these are courses that the high school would like to offer. Part of the challenge is the high school having faculty that have the specific knowledge to be able to teach these courses. Another challenge has been turnover in the high schools. We all know that the high schools have had a challenging time finding teachers, and there have been turnovers as people have moved from one school district to the other. And so this has presented a problem for us in that when there is turnover, it means that we have to restart discussions. However, all of these challenges, there are solutions to, or there are ways of approaching those. And some of the solutions that have used are presented here. So one of the major solutions has been on our end working with our director of early college programs. And so the early college program is a program at Hudson County Community College that engages high schools and engages high school students to take community college courses. And so by engaging with the director of this program, he has an in-depth knowledge of the high schools, the faculty at the high schools, the administration at the high schools, and the curriculum at the high schools. So it's a matter of tapping into an expertise that we don't have. So some words of advice for other colleges that may be looking to develop dual enrollment certificates. First and foremost is having an understanding and a knowledge of the local high school environment and practices. For construction in specific, because construction is a CTE, Career Technical Education subject, it means that both the college and the high school can make use of Perkins funding. And so that provides an incentive for both the high school and the college to get this done. Another bit of advice would be identifying ways to address the technical challenges for the high school and community college calendars. Obviously, the high school have their calendars where they start and end at different times to the college calendar. And so for a dual enrollment course to work, these two calendars must be taken into account, and activities that are planned have to be able to bridge both calendars. So we are continuing our work on the dual enrollment certificate. We think that the payoffs for it is well worth the effort, being able to bring high school students, especially a more diverse group of workers into the construction industry is absolutely worth it. Next slide, please, Stephanie. And so one of our other initiatives is the non-credit to credit stackable credentials, and to explain what has been done and the challenges and the future plans, I'm going to turn this part of the presentation over to Dr. Edem Tete at Rowan College of Burlington County and Kaina Hanna at Camden County College.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Edem Tete. I'm Dean of STEM at RCBC. And I'm going to allow my other partners to introduce themselves, Kenna and Dr. Hollison.
So my name is Kaina Hanna. I'm the Associate Dean of Workforce Development and Continuing Education at Camden County College.
Hi, good morning. My name is Christine Bacta, and I am an adjunct professor, and I've been working with the construction team. And I started a couple of years ago, and I'm working on this team. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Giving you a background of the project, the stackable credential or certificate, non-credit to credit, pretty much Hudson County Community College, I believe, during the year one of the grant, create a stackable certificate between their credit program or their construction program and their workforce development area. And we listened to them. They presented the whole degree and the certificate to us, and it was amazing. We've been having some issue at RCBC to figure out some of the things doing non-credit to credit, and they are doing some amazing things that we can just copy and use with their permission, of course. But with that said, we want to use the same model for a non-credit to credit for our project construction management degree at RCBC or between RCBC and Camden Community College. So to do that, we pretty much once we do that, we'll give them credit, and I will provide you the detail, but they will receive credit for their certificate courses, and then they can use those credit for our construction management courses, and then move those beyond to our technical study. Next. All right, so far, what we are tasked to do is to work on 5 certificate non-credit courses from Camden Community College and to turn them to credit courses in our construction management program. So those are the carpentry, electrical, residential, HVAC, plumbing, and welding. So we want to have some rigorous process to do that, because we protect our credit courses, so they need to go through some rigorous process to be able to stack to our degree. And we had an initial meetings and initial review of those courses, and the assumption is, and those are just assumption, but the assumption is each one of those courses will pretty much align with one course in our degree program for 3 credit each. So at the end of the day, we can provide 15 credit for the 5 courses. But again, those are just assumptions while we start the process. And then at the end, we will develop an articulation agreement with Camden County College, so that we'll bring those non-credit to RCBC. Will not go through all this process. It will be sort of automatic. And though we're gonna have some other thing like creating recruitment activities process after that. And what we are doing so far is prior learning assessment rubric that was developed by Hudson Community College was provided to us, and they presented to us. We understood all the intrication and detail of it, and we are using that document or that tool to create a tool for our assessment. So we have sort of a syllabus template that we created for the non-credit career training program. Next. So we had a couple of challenges. First, when we started, we were very excited, and we did not keep up with the momentum because first, the construction project management at RCBC doesn't have any full-time faculty. We use mainly adjunct, and without having full-time, we didn't have any cheerleaders of the program. I was, but I have a bunch of programs to take care of. So with that, it was assigned to the chair of engineering technology, and construction is sort of under that, but it's now. So it was assigned to him, and he tried his best, but things just fell through the crack. And then that chair left the institution. So we had the turnover, and then the project was now, we didn't have any movement, even though I was meeting with Kenner to see how we can turn things around, but we didn't have any movement on the initiative for some time. And then on the Camden County Community College side, they were going through a revision of their syllabi. So we have to wait for them to do that first before they move it to us. But believe it or not, we found some solution. There's no problems without solutions, right? So the first solution was, again, I'd say I was meeting with Kenner, even though we don't have much to do, but we have a lot to talk about. So we talked through some of this issue, and we find some good solution. And also we're meeting with Stephanie, getting strategy encouragement from her to pick up where we left off. Also, I reach out to Dr. Wachter, even though she's not full-time, but she acts like a full-time faculty, and we appreciate that. She's very, very involved, and I reach out to her, and she agreed to help us. So she's taking a lead on the project, and we are seeing movement now. And next thing that I did, I went to the president's office and begged for a program coordinator for the program, and it was approved. So we made an offer yesterday, and April 1st, we'll have somebody in charge of the program. So we'll see a more speed. The other thing is, let's see, an intervention of program supervisor to assist with updating of program information. That's Camden Community College side, and they did it. It was pretty fast, and they shared with us. And so far, we have created the tool, the template, and then we piloted the first course, and it went so well. So now that we have that first course behind us, I think the rest will be faster. What we learned from the process so far is we did not bring internal, and this is RCBC stakeholder early, like the president's office, the CFO, the business office, and that's my fault. Lebe did not really talk to them, bring them on board at the beginning of the process, so that delayed things, Lebe. And also, all the tasks were assigned to the chair of engineering. I didn't think about bringing all the 5 courses, for example, were assigned to him to review and assess. Bringing it to multiple people will have made the situation better. And also at the Camden County side, we say that need to update the syllabi for the program so that we don't have that delay. But you know, those syllabus continuous improvement type of thing, so it's not never done. So this is not a criticism to Camden, but yeah, it's just a suggestion. Also, a same thing, template provide instruction with a guideline for course brand document. And we have that. I think that's why it was once we decide to do those curriculum change, it went pretty fast. And we did not have any contingency plan when we started. We didn't think anything can happen. We thought we thought we were in charge of the whole process, but now we built some contingency plan into the process so that if anything happened from now on moving forward, at least we'll not just have a standstill. Then that's the end of my part. Thank you very much. Kenna, you want to add anything?
I mean, I think you covered everything pretty well. But yeah, we were just looking to pursue opportunities for our students to get additional credits. Excuse me, or to get credits for our non-credit training programs, and we felt like our CPC's program really offered a great opportunity for them. So we look really forward to the outcomes of all of this work, and you know, it's been great thus far. Despite the few hurdles that we've been up against, I think we're making a lot of momentum now, despite the delays that we had initially. So
yeah, I would say that's a shared feeling because this initiative is on point. We just start a 3+1 in construction management with Royal University, and we are eager to increase the enrollment in the program. It's a small program, that's why we don't have any full-time, but so this is great. Beyond what we are doing with Camden County, we are seeing other good things happening in the program, like hiring somebody. Those are a good thing. Dr. Wachter, you want to add anything?
No, I will just say that I support all that you say. I've been very excited to actually see this connection and this bridge to high school, because I do believe that the world of construction need this mix of skill, and I've been really excited to see how those two different skills, you know, could blend to be something very strong. So yeah.
Thank you for the good job you are doing.
Thank you.
Hi. Thank you, Stephanie and Vera.
All right. Well, thank you all. Thank you for that. I will just say for the general audience that the non-credit, the stackability of non-credit to credit is really important. The non-credit courses usually offered through continuing ed, workforce development departments or divisions is a really important entry point for students looking to either get particular skills in construction, or it serves as an entry point into the degree. So being able to stack these credits so that students who start out on the non-credit side of the house and then move over into the credit side of the house, they don't lose any credits, which then affects, you know, the financial part of this. It affects how quickly they can finish their degree. That is really important. Okay, so I'm happy to introduce Bridget Satchel from Rowan College of South Jersey. She's going to speak about another initiative that the center is working on, which is the Train the Trainer pilot. So Bridget.
Good morning, everyone. Like Burl said, my name is Bridget Satchel. I'm the Dean of Career and Technical Education at Rowan College of South Jersey. So the project that my team is working on is a Train the Trainer project for career and technical education instructors. So as you've heard of all the different programs and certificate programs that have been developed through the center, our struggle is actually having the subject matter experts and professionals available to teach. So like K through 12, we're also struggling with having those professionals available to help us with teaching the construction and the trades and the water and wastewater management programs. So I will just use RCSJ as an example. We have a huge demand for our water and wastewater courses. We have 2 instructors. We really need to be able to build capacity so that we can offer and train more individuals to prepare them for licensure to go into the workforce. And many of the right now, our CSJ is not offering any of the non-credit construction and the trade courses. So we really want to be able to take advantage of the programs that have been developed, but we need those professional, experienced instructors. So we decided to develop a train-the-trainer program and recruit professionals, licensed professionals that are in construction and the trades and water and wastewater management to help support us. This program would give them the foundation to become a trainer, provide them with how to teach adult learners, understanding program development, curriculum development, lesson planning, presentation skills, and really getting to understand that adult learner. This would give us an opportunity at all of our community colleges to build capacity to deliver more of the courses that are in demand in our region. And as a result of this component, really, this training program, we're going to break off into specialties. So I will have my current water and wastewater management teachers on top of this program, incorporate sessions that are best practices, teaching the pilots, individual students that are participating in the pilot program, best practices for teaching in the trades. So this is really an opportunity for many of our community colleges to really be able to build capacity so that we can offer these programs and throughout the county. Because right now, many of us are collaborating with our vocational schools, some of us are not, and we really need to be able to meet the demand for construction and the trades and water and wastewater management. So in terms of some of the challenges, it's really identifying those subject matter experts who are interested in working, and in addition to working, assisting with developing these programs. We're working through that, so I don't see it as an obstacle that is something that we won't be able to overcome. But it just made me realize people are working. Many years ago, people would be excited about teaching. We're not seeing that as much right now. So I'm hoping with this train-the-trainer pilot that we will be able to get those industry experts to look back and collaborate more with our community colleges so that we can have the trainers needed for the wonderful programs that we have in place to support their workforce development needs. Is there any questions, concerns? And this is a flyer that is promoting the program, and we'll make sure each of you have it so you might be able to share it with individuals that you may know. We're hoping to have a minimum of 10 participants in the program, and it will kick off in April. It is going to be a hybrid program because there are components where they will have to do live instruction. So we know time is of the essence for individuals who may not be able to participate each session face-to-face. So that's why we're making the program a hybrid program. And if anyone has any questions or
Thanks, Bridget. If anyone has any questions, you go put them in the chat. We're going to have some Q&A at the end.
okay.
Great. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Thank you very much, Bridget. So that we know there's expertise out there from people who have worked many, many years in the industry, in construction, and a lot of these folks are willing to come in and help a new or a younger generation learn these skills, but sometimes there's some difficulty with the curriculum, the pedagogical part of this. And so this wonderful Train the Trainer pilot is meant to address that so that, colleges can take advantage of that real world practical experience that is out there. So one of the other initiatives that the center is looking at, we have quite a few, is a waste and wastewater utilities program development. So, slide please, Stephanie. So, we know that our, not just Hudson County, but the US in general has an aging infrastructure. Most of the main infrastructure areas were built decades ago, and they're now either coming to their end of their life or they're past the end of life period for which they're built. And so a lot of this infrastructure has to be replaced. And some of this infrastructure we can't do without. So a perfect example of that is the water industry. We take for granted, including myself, that when you go to the sink in the morning to brush your teeth, turn the faucet and water will come out. And when it doesn't, then we realize the importance of the water infrastructure. And so replacing the water infrastructure, upgrading it, building new infrastructure is really very important. And the same logic applies for wastewater infrastructure. And so there is a demand for individuals who have training in waste and wastewater utilities in the construction industry. And so we're attempting to address this and work with utility companies, nonprofit organizations that are concerned about the water industry, working with them to not only address the shortage of qualified workers, but also training people so that when they move into this industry, when they start to hopefully work for these utility companies, they have the skills necessary to succeed. So one of the things that we have done, and this is more through our continuing education and workforce development division under the expert leadership of Laurie Margolin. So last year, Hudson County Community College, working with NJ Water Association and Jersey Waterworks, our continuing ed division piloted a water utilities workforce training program. And so this training program was meant to reach out to individuals. So that part is very important. Recruiting individuals, bringing them into the college, and having them trained on some essentials of becoming a water operator. And so we were able to do that, where we had a cohort come in and they learned everything from safety, basic science and calculations that they will need. And they actually learned from instructors who worked for a water utility company, in this case, Veolia. And so we're looking to expand upon that. We're looking at the lessons we learned from that pilot program to further expand this workforce development program. However, as we look to do that, there are a number of challenges. One of those, and this is related to what Bridget mentioned earlier, is finding qualified instructors. Finding instructors who have a knowledge of the water industry and what's needed, the same thing with wastewater, and having them come in and be able to teach a new group of students. Another challenge, one of the great things about the training program that was offered was the opportunity for students to have an internship where they could go work for a water utility company and actually gain hands-on experience. However, because we were only working with one utility company, the number of internships were limited. And so increasing the number of industry partners we have, and by doing that, hopefully increasing the number of internship opportunities remains a challenge. But it's one that we're hoping to address through the center and through working with our continuing ed and workforce development division. A number of secondary outcomes because of this initiative have become apparent to us, and we're happy for this. So this includes a PACE grant that our continuing ed and workforce development division obtained, working with Jersey Waterworks. We're looking at developing a new course focused on water infrastructure. So this new course will be developed by the construction management program. And this course, we're actually working with construction companies looking at when they're building a new building, how do they plan both water and wastewater construction in the building? Because we know as a new building goes up, there needs to be water infrastructure in the building, and there needs to be infrastructure to get rid of the waste that is generated by the residents of the building. So this new course will look at that and hopefully be able to, give students an idea of what to look forward to. So again, words of advice, industry engagement, talking to those in industry, seeing what they need, seeing how we can help, working together. And this applies to all of the initiatives, by the way. We have it for this particular slide, but I will say that we in the center have found that working with industry partners is crucial to the success of what we're trying to do. Finding out what they need, leveraging their expertise in the areas has been absolutely essential to us being able to offer all of these initiatives and to us developing ideas and developing training for new workers who we would like to see move into the construction industry. Slide, please, Stephanie. So I'm going to move a little quickly in the interest of time. So one of the challenges has been in working with trade unions, which we're extremely happy to do. Most trade unions, if not all, have a union apprenticeship program. And in working with trade unions, we've realized that a lot of the apprentices would like to get a college degree, or they would like to upgrade their skills. This is made a lot easier. This process of gaining a college degree is made a lot easier if colleges are able to award credits for the union apprenticeship. So our associate's degree are 60 credits. A student coming in and starting from credit 0 and working up to 60, it is a challenge for students. However, if a student who went through an apprenticeship is able to come in and start at credit 30, then suddenly the time to degree is halved. However, this is a heavy lift for community colleges. Being able to standardize these prior learning assessment credits for students, because each college has different rules and regulations regarding the awarding of this prior learning assessment credit. So in the center, we've approached this by taking a stepwise approach. Instead of trying to solve all of the problems with all the community colleges, Hudson County Community College and Rowan College at Burlington County, we're looking at working on this from our specific point of view and then using the lessons that we've learned to inform all of the other community colleges in New Jersey. Slide, please, Stephanie. And so what we've done, or the process we've started on, is to create rubrics that will assess the union apprenticeship courses and how they transfer into each of our programs construction to each of our construction programs. And so the rubrics are an essential part to standardizing union apprenticeships, because not only does it allow the unions and their apprentices to see how their credits, how their apprenticeships will be awarded credits, it's also important because it allows the faculty in the college to determine what courses, what additional courses students may need, what additional training students may need. So our first step has been to create these rubrics, and from these rubrics, we'll then look to create course maps that align what students learn in their apprenticeships, what they can get credit for if they apply towards their degree, and then what other work they will need to do in order to achieve their degrees. And so once we've been able to build these course maps, we'll incorporate them into articulation agreements with our labor union partners. And of course, we'll share them through the NJCCC. We'll share them with our other community college partners. Slide, please, Stephanie. And as with each of these initiatives, there have been challenges, and one of these challenges has been that, again, as with the dual articulation and with the PLA process, each college has different rules and regulations with their degree programs and the credits that can be awarded. And so navigating these differences has proven to be a challenge. Each college has different procedures surrounding articulation agreements and memorandums of understanding. So again, navigating these challenges has again proven to be something that has to be overcome before we can achieve success. But again, as Edem mentioned, with each challenge, there are solutions. And so, working with specific colleges, working with the unions, this is sort of the biggest solution, that we can overcome the challenges by working with our partners and working the individual steps instead of focusing on the whole and sort of getting lost in the forest rather than worrying about the individual sort of each particular obstacle. So words of advice, talking about the forest. So this is a huge project, being able to standardize prior learning assessments, not only among different unions, which have different apprenticeship programs, but it's also a huge challenge for all of the community colleges in New Jersey. So, recognizing that this is a multi-year project, that would be my first bit of advice for other colleges thinking about doing this. Having clear goals and identifying key benchmarks and timelines, because again, this is a multi-year project. Slide, Stephanie. So one of the things that we're excited to take part in is a pilot program with the Eastern States Carpenters Technical, or the Eastern States Carpenters Union through their Carpenters Technical College. And so what we're looking to do is it's a two-part goal. So the Carpenters Technical College is looking towards offering a degree of their own. However, recognizing as we do that they have different skills and the colleges have different skills, we're looking to partner with them to provide the general education part of their curriculum. General education is something that colleges do very, very well. The technical part of what the technical college is offering, they do that very well. And so on our end, we're looking to build out a general education program that will slot into the Carpenters Technical College degree. And so one of the places that we're starting with the Gen Ed courses, of course, we already have Gen Ed courses, but we're looking to create a new Gen Ed course. And this specifically is a history of labor course. Our unions, including the carpenters, have told us that they would like their apprentices not only to appreciate the history of the labor union, but also appreciate the role of unions in today's society. And so we're hoping that this course will address that. So the plan is we will create this history of labor course. So it'll be a general education course. It will be offered at both Hudson County Community College, and also at Rowan College of South Jersey. So the Eastern Atlantic States Carpenters Union is a very large union. They have apprentices in multiple states. And so with us and RCSJ, we're hoping to have apprentices take this history of labor course both at Edison and at Hamilton. And so this sort of spreads out among the entire state, not the entire state, but southern, central, and northern New Jersey, where students will be able to start this. So slide, please. So there are a number of steps with developing this course. We're sort of in the process of doing it, of developing the course, making sure that faculty at both colleges approve the course, and then offering the course to the Carpenters Technical College. But again, this is an exciting project because there are not many community colleges that have an agreement with a college of a union where the college will offer the Gen Ed courses and the union will offer the specialized courses. So for us, this is an exciting partnership, and it's something that we're looking to build out, develop, and build upon. No pun intended. Slide, Stephanie. And so again, there are challenges, there are solutions. Some of the challenges I've mentioned about each college having different rules and regulations. But the solutions, again, are the same in that in order to address the different rules, the solution really is as straightforward as it sounds, is working with individuals with both the college and the union, talking to them and working out the individual caveats that tend to trip up programs like this. Slide, please. And so I'll open this up to Q&A. And
So bro, we only had one comment in the
Okay.
chat for Q&A, and someone was asking about the CTE Train the Trainer pilot, which that information is in the flyer, and I just wanted to let everybody know that you all will get a copy We'll include a PDF of that flyer when we send out the copy of the presentation to all of you. And Bridget's contact information is in there if you want to reach out to her regarding that. So with that, I can turn it back over to Catherine for closing remarks. Thank you very much, Burl and the Center for Workforce Innovation for Construction team.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Burl, and all of the leaders of these Pathways projects. Certainly a lot of work happening. We're looking forward to completing these projects, not the multi-year ones, but completing some of these projects by June 30. We'll be starting year 3 of the Pathways Initiative July 1. In fact, we'll be talking to our community college partners about Pathways projects for next year soon. I'm sure their head is spinning, even thinking about it. And Burl is right in that the Pathways project involving the carpenters is very exciting. We understand it's a multi-year endeavor, but well worth the effort. Again, this is a great example of how we're breaking down silos, partnering together, and really providing more value for all students, including apprentices. So it's just very exciting. Want to bring to your attention that we will be having a statewide industry collaborative meetings, we will have additional meetings like these next week for the other centers. You can use this QR code to get those dates and register. We hope that you are interested in other collaborative industry sectors as well. We also would like for you to, if you decide to post about, certainly use our handles and tag us. We do have a Pathways Summit coming up June 12th in Atlantic City. This will be our second Pathways Summit. It is going to be part of the larger community college summit, which is altogether about a 3-day summit. And we hope to see you all there. You'll be receiving a save the date very soon. Thank you, everyone, for your participation and really just pushing this statewide Pathways initiative forward. We're just excited about the opportunities we're creating for students, adult learners, apprentices, and all residents of this state. So thank you and have a great rest of your day.